Hello. Hello, my non-cooking friends like me. I am tonight making a mushroom dip. Well, like I've shown you before, I've been starting to cook things from this book. And I've started with starters and soups and things because I'm not really a cook. This one is, yeah, anyway, it's just a mushroom dip thing, but like all true non-cooks, I believe, I've already changed the ingredients. So here's a few of the changes I've made. I'm going to be adding bacon because it's vegetarian book or somewhat vegetarian book. And I've changed my mushrooms from button to, what are they called? Closed cup. Let's see if it works. Oh, and one more thing. I finished the glass of wine. It helps when you cook. Okay, first disaster. Crushed the first garlic clove and it fell all over the floor. Disaster averted. Managed to keep the garlic away from marauding doggies so that they won't eat the garlic. This is a good thing. Now you know why my husband supervises me when I cook normally. Okay, cooking tips from first husband. Always break the garlic clove by just pressing the knife down on the whole clove so that you hear it go so it's like breaking its back or something. And also when you're cutting onions, wear glasses and don't breathe through your nose. I do listen. Really, I do. Okay, I'm not going to use butter to fry in. I'm going to use coconut oil. Hey, why not? Who's gonna know? Oh, well, you guys. Okay, to add insult to injury to all those real cooks out there, I didn't even clean the pan out from when we had John make our dinner, which was a fried rice thing. I'm just using it as it is and just, a little bit of flavor, who knows? Frying has commenced, but husband is in the living room just in case any disasters occur. Just to let you know, I am safe. Okay, don't think I put enough butter in the first place. So, well, it's not butter actually. It's coconut oil. But asked hubby, he said put more in. So that's what I've done. Good to have a hubby around sometimes. That's hubby number 2, thanks. I'll just be clear that. This smells so good. I could just eat it with the mushrooms, garlic, and onions without putting it into the whole mixture, but I will stick to the recipe. Kinda. Okay, so I totally forgot that I was doing this bacon thing in there, so I've just thrown it in to cook beside the mushrooms, onions, and garlic. Fingers crossed, I'm not going to have any poisoning and it will work and it'll all taste fantastic because, cooking is easy, they tell me. Hi, just a little tip. Whatever you do, make sure that the blender that you're blending your food in, you don't stick the spoon in too soon after it stops spinning. This is my husband, the number two husband. So he's just said to me I should have rinsed out the blender container before I put the food in. But see, I just assume it's clean. That's why he loves me. But I'll show you what it looks like. It's not very attractive at this point in time, but it smells great.
Blossoms here, so that's a good sign. But Harry's staying out.
Okay, so just to add some more variety to this menu, because we're in the UK when I'm making this, and this is an Australian cookbook, I have no idea what sour cream is in Australia, but in the UK I'm using creme fraiche, and unfortunately my husband bought the 50% less fat. But anyway, well, hopefully it'll be all right. And but also the terrible thing is it asks for 250 milligrams and this is 300, but I'm going to throw them all in together anyway. I figure, hey, it's going to work. It might be just a little bit weaker, that's all. Yeah, we'll see, Isn't that what they say with cooking? Experiment. And you know what else? Seeing as I'm not a regular cook, I feel this is a tragedy that this plastic container which held the mushrooms is not recyclable. I hate when I have to throw something like this into the bin where it'll spend hundreds of years decomposing in the ground. Why? mushrooms grow in poo-poo? Why do we need to put them in a pretty little plastic container like this? People? Anyway, in Canada, we just have them loose. You just grab them. Okay, maybe in COVID-19 this is not the greatest idea, but I've managed to grow up. Anyway, I'm going to throw it all together. I'm going to taste it. Once it's cooled down, of course, because it's a dip. It has to go in the fridge. And then I'll let you know how it is. Okay, just a slight addendum to what I was saying earlier. Now, I chose creme fraiche here because rather than sour cream, because sour cream in the UK is really runny and wet. And I like a solid base when I do a dip. And the picture, when you look at the picture, it is a solid based dip. So I thought, yes, this will work, because that's what I have to do. I will substitute in these kind of recipe books the sour cream for creme fraiche here in the UK, because that's closer to what I know as sour cream. I think there's very little in this recipe that I've stuck to other than there's an onion in it. Which I believe is in true cooking style. I will show you now this wonderful masterpiece that I have finished off with. Just to add, it calls for fresh coriander, which I didn't have, so I used dried coriander. And I put in the 2 tablespoons, so that's a lot of coriander and dried coriander. Probably shouldn't have done that, but you know what? It still tastes really good because I tried it. Even though it's not cold yet, it is still delicious. And I have to say, quite proud of myself for doing that. All my crazy adventures. Can't help my creativity in everything I do. This is why I'm not a cook on a regular TV show, because I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. So anyway, this was my evening on Tuesday. Once again, people, I have to throw away another plastic container because it's not recyclable here. My heart breaks.